Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/slash entitled people. In today's episode, jerk with boat parks across 5 handicapped spaces and I call the cops. Club president thinks he owns my art. But I asked for no chicken. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. Jerk with boat parks across 5 handicapped spaces and I call the cops. I used to be a stock car racer. I quit when I was hit and slammed into a wall and fractured a vertebrae. Every Friday, we would race and then stop at a 24-hour restaurant that had lots of parking so we can park the truck and car hauler and still see it. The restaurant is also 1/2 windows, so it's easy to see your car or truck with trailer no matter where you park. One fine day, we drive to that restaurant for dinner by car. I have a handicapped placard, but there is a truck with a boat parked across all 5 handicapped spaces. I call the cops. I have a handicapped placard, spine surgeries, and it ticks me off when people do this. After we gave our order, a police officer arrives. Cue the drama. The boat owner observes the officer outside and goes out to meet him. We couldn't hear the conversation, but there was a lot of gesticulating by the boat owner. Officer hands him some paper and departs. Boat owner returns to the restaurant, and he is ticked. Like, I stormed the Capitol kind of rage. He starts going off at the restaurant employees who assure him that they didn't call. He doesn't accept that and is screaming at a bunch of teenage employees. I stand up and said, I called them. He then turned his rage on me. I grew up with a father who had anger issues, so this guy was nothing new. I've learned to lean into these things and called him out for being an entitled jerk who thought giving his boat special treatment was okay. I pointed out the spaces we used to park our race car, perfectly visible, so why be an ass and take 5 handicapped spaces? He called me a bunch of names, and then his 3 boating buddies stepped in and said it was time to leave. Turned out he got 5 tickets, one for each spot, at $250 each. A very expensive lunch. Maybe next time his gray matter will remind him to be a better person and avoid $1,250 in fines. Made for an interesting meal. The cop should have stayed if he was that irate and given him a citation / arrested him for disorderly conduct. He is lucky those fines weren't $500 each. The manager should have been the one to call the cops. People are given way too much leeway for antisocial behavior these days. Not up, but I tried to have the manager call at some places, but they said they didn't have the power to do so, and I should call them. I'm not sure if this issue is the results of between public versus private lots, but I'm not well versed in what they mean to understand it either. I live by a river and the beach, and I'm a manager of a business. The amount of boat people who give me shit is crazy. You can't park across all the front spaces of the store. You aren't even going into my store, you're having breakfast at the next building over. Well, where am I supposed to park my boat then? Not my problem. It's your boat, and you aren't my customer. Figure it out. He's very lucky. Where I live, the fine is $1,020 per violation, so he would be out a lot of money had he done that here. No idea why it's $1,020 instead of a flat $1,000. Club president thinks he owns my art. This whole situation is so insane. I was an art officer in a university club where the president was negligent in almost all planning. Guy absolutely sucked at planning events, managing conflict, writing documents, etc. So most of the time that stuff fell to me as the second oldest member there. I wrote nearly all the meeting documents, planned social details, checked in with everyone, and volunteered a lot of my time in making free art for the club. For context, he was so bad at time management he thought the officers could plan a huge 50-plus member event in a little under a week and a half. I was told I needed to do better by him, left the club. Because who wouldn't after something like that? I spent over 128-plus hours of work on creating designs, rendering drawings, recoloring assets for them, on top of managing administrative work he conveniently forgot to do. He begged me to come back. I shouldn't have, but I did. Things didn't get better. I left the server permanently after my term was over, figured that was that. I didn't want my work used for the club anymore. It was voluntary work, not a part of my job description. You'd think I should be entitled to my artwork? President threw a fit after he found out I removed my designs from the Google Drive and reported me to the university claiming I deleted crucial documents from the drive, conveniently leaving out that they were documents I created. Everything's worked out because the club always had a precedent of allowing artists to pull their work at any point, also conveniently left out by him in his report, but I still can't believe he felt my artwork belonged to him after how he treated me. Entitled people be entitling. I'm glad you got your art back. Likewise. Originally, I only left with the art I didn't want them to use commercially, but now I've sent a proper letter letting them know they can't use anything I've done for them. From what I know, he's scrambling to find appropriate replacements. But I asked for no chicken. Ran into another entitled woman today at my cafe. Needless to say, I need a vaki. Dealing with too many of these people lately. So, at our cafe we serve salads, really nice ones. You can add and take away ingredients. One of our salads comes with chicken, actually a lot of them do, and she wanted the chicken taken off. No big deal, I tapped the button that removes the chicken. But this isn't one of the basic salads, it's a special salad, so the price didn't change. She looks me dead in the face after seeing the price not change and says, "But I ordered it without chicken." Yes, ma'am, and I put that on the order. But the price didn't change. You ordered a ________ salad, yes? Yes, but I want no chicken. And I took the chicken off, ma'am. But the price didn't change. If I take the chicken off, the price of the chicken should come off. By this time, she is giving me attitude. I'm biting my cheek and doing my best to keep from screaming at her, because this particular salad is served the way it is with chicken. Taking the chicken off doesn't change the price. So I'm biting back on my want to curse this woman out and in my most fake polite voice say, "Ma'am, that is how the salad is served. It's how the price works. I'm just the cashier." Then go get your manager, and when I tell you it was the rudest, snootiest attitude I have ever heard, I mean it. I walked over and got my manager. I don't know what she said, the lady, but apparently it worked out. I work as a cashier, fodder for the entitled asshats that come to the store. Send help, please. Sorry, ma'am. The chicken is free with that salad. Extra free chicken, please. So she's entitled for sure, but everyone is acting like she's crazy for thinking the price will go down. I'm a vegetarian and frequently order salads without the meat, and maybe 40 to 50% of the time the price is lowered. I don't ask for this. Now, as an entitled person, she likely saw this once and assumed she should always get it. Well, it would never even occur to me to expect the price to go down when you remove an ingredient. Just because you can add things like chicken, guac, etc. for a fee doesn't mean that you can get a discount if you remove those items. Sure, that makes sense on paper, but that's not how reality works. If she didn't want mayo on her sandwich, would she expect a discount? If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and we will see you in the next video.